Friends, your support means a lot to us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Enjoy watching. On May 24, 2012, a group of workers was involved in laying water pipes in the northern part of Dickinson, North Dakota. After the workday ended, everyone returned home except for 30-year-old Eric Hayter. His girlfriend tried to reach him on his mobile, but the calls went to voicemail. Soon, he was reported missing. The police first spoke to the foreman, who mentioned that Eric was reserved and hardly interacted with the other workers. The foreman reported that shortly before Eric's disappearance, he requested time off, but it was denied. According to the foreman, Eric seemed upset about this and possibly voluntarily left the construction site that day. However, Eric's family refused to believe this version. Eric's girlfriend stated that she had talked to him on the phone around noon, and everything was fine. The police also interviewed the coworkers, who mentioned seeing Eric for the last time in one of the trenches, working on fixing a pipe leak. Law enforcement decided to ping Eric's phone and determined that the mobile signal was last transmitted from the construction site, suggesting that Eric likely did not leave the area. Despite an exhaustive ground search by both the police and family members, no traces of Eric were found. Several days later, the police returned to the construction site to conduct an underground search. Excavations began where Eric was last seen, but when an excavator damaged a pipe, they decided to halt the digging. Eric Hayter's whereabouts remained unknown. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and no new information emerged. The police exhausted their resources, and the investigation was suspended. However, Eric's family refused to give up. 3 years after his disappearance, in May 2015, Eric's mother hired private detectives who obtained permission for a renewed excavation. Detectives used a cadaver dog that detected a scent in one area of the construction site. Subsequent excavations revealed a red glove containing human remains at a depth of about 2 meters. Further excavation uncovered the rest of the body. Identification was confirmed through medical records, distinctive tattoos, and personal items, including a wallet and a mobile phone found in the clothing pockets. It was determined that the body belonged to Eric Hayter, who had been missing for 3 years. He was still squatting, leaning towards the pipe, with his yellow helmet under his face, apparently knocked off when the soil fell from above. It was later revealed that on that fateful day, the trench where Eric was working was filled by a loader. The body was sent to the laboratory for a forensic examination. Due to health problems, Eric had a cardiac pacemaker implanted in his chest, which recorded the time of his death at 12:19, just 5 minutes after the loader began burying the trenches. The cause of death could not be determined. Eric's family believes he died due to the negligence of his colleagues, who literally buried him alive, while the team intentionally concealed the fact of his death. The body was found just 3 meters from where the initial excavations took place. Notably, the initial excavations were led by Eric's foreman, who likely intentionally indicated the wrong location. The police found that 2 heavy equipment operators filled the trench where Eric was working. Even after the investigation, it remains unclear which of the 2 operators is responsible for Eric's death. Without evidence, no charges were filed against either of them, and the case was closed. Eric's family continues to fight for justice and demands the reopening of the investigation to hold those responsible accountable.